Hey guys, Jack11 Star here. Welcome back to another reaction, and tonight we're reacting to East by Joanna Newsom. More information on Joanna Newsom. According to Wikipedia, Joanna Newsom is an American singer-songwriter and actress. That's all Wikipedia wants me to know, apparently. So this is another interesting one. It's going to be another folk album, another long-form folk album. Second one this month I'm recording, actually. The first one was First Utterance by Comus. This one's shouldn't be as weird as that one, though, because this one's more chamber folk, progressive folk, singer-songwriter, avant folk. This sounded interesting in my opinion. I need to react to more folk as well, which is partially why I'm doing this, but this one just sounded interesting to me. I uploaded this to Internet Archive as well, since it's actually not officially on streaming services, although it is on iTunes, for using iTunes once again. I'll put the link for the Internet Archive link since I did upload it. It's available in WAV and M4A format as usual, and whatever formats the website will convert it to. I don't know. Anyways, let's do this. Alright, track number 1. Emily.
The meadowlark and the chimchuree and the sparrow
Ooh.
set to the sky in a flying spree for the sport of the pharaoh. Little while later, the Pharisees dragged a comb through the meadow. Do you remember what they called up to you and me in our window? There is a rusty light on the pines tonight, some corn wine.
Ooh, I like that. I like how poetic this sounds.
Churches and the spires of the churches jutting out from the shadow. And the yoke and the axe and the old smokestacks and the bale and the barrow. And everything sloped like it was dragged from a rope in the mouth of the south below. We've seen those mountains kneeling, felting and gray. We thought our very hearts would up and melt away from the snow in the nighttime, just going and going, and the stirring of wind chime in the morning, helps me find my way back in from the place where I have been.
It sounds...
Emily, I saw you last night by the river. I dreamed you were skipping little stones across the surface of the water, frowning at
I was gonna say it sounds really magical.
where they were lost and slipped under forever in a mud cloud, mica spangled like the sky been breathing on a mirror. Anyhow, I sat by your side by the water. You taught me the names of the stars overhead that I wrote down in my ledger, though all I knew of the road universe were those Pleiades loosed in December. I promised you I'd set them to verse, so I'd always remember that the meteorite is the source of the light, and the meteor's just what we see. And the meteoroid is a stone that's devoid of the fire that propelled it to thee. And the meteorite's just what causes the light, and the meteor's how it's perceived. And the meteoroid's a bone thrown from the void that lies quiet, an offering to thee. You came and lay a cold compress upon the mess I'm in. Through the windows wide and cried, Amen, Amen, Amen. The whole world stopped to hear you holler, and you looked down and saw now what was happening. The lines are fading in my kingdom, though I have never known the way to border running. So the muddy mouths of baboons and sows and the grouse and the horse in the hand rope at the gate of the looming lake.
What is happening? What is happening?
And the mail is late and the greatest dates are not lit from within. The talk in town becoming downright sickening. In due time we will see the far buttes lit by a flare. I've seen your bravery, and I will follow you there, and go through the night time so healthy, gone healthy all of a sudden, in search of a midwife who can help me, who can help me, help me find my way back in. And there are worries where I've been. And say in the lee of the bay, don't be bothered. Leave your troubles here where the tugboats shear the water from the water, flanked by furrows curling back like a match held up to a newspaper. Emily, they'll follow your lead by the letter, and I make this climb, and I'm not ashamed to say I knew you better. What they've seen is just a beam of your sun that banishes winter. Let us go, though we know it's a hopeless endeavor. The ties that bind, they are barbed and spined, and who does close forever? Though there is nothing would help me come to grips with a sky that is gaping and yawning. There is a song I woke with on my lips as you sailed your great ship towards the morning. Come on home, the poppies are all grown knee deep by now. Blossoms all have fallen, and the pollen ruins the plow. Peonies nod in the breeze, and while they wetly bow with hydrocephalitic listlessness, up their brows. And everything with wings is restless, aimless, junking down. Butterflies and birds collide at hot, ungodly hours. And my clay-colored motherlessness strangely reclines. Come on home now, all my bones are dull, the rest we find. Pa pointed out to me for the 100th time tonight the way the ladle leads to a dirt red bullet of light. Squint skyward and listen. Loving him, we move within his borders, just asterism in the stars set order. We could stand for a century, staring with our heads cocked in the broad daylight at this thing. Joy landlocked in bodies that don't keep, dumbstruck with the sweetness of being till we don't be told. Take this and eat this. Told the meteorite is the source of the light, and the media is just what we see. And the meteoroid is a stone that's devoid of the fire that propelled it to thee. And the meteorite's just what causes the light, and the media's how it's perceived. And the meteoroid's a bone thrown from the void that lies quiet and offering to thee. Oh.
Oh, wow. Enchanting is one way I would put that. Just enchanting, really. It's like her words like flow out very nicely. Once again, it's almost like actual poetry. Just storytelling, the instrumentation, almost medieval-like, which I like. Yeah, this is nice. This is just like really. This is just like it feels like a journey, or it feels like. I don't know entirely what the song was about, but like, wow, just you could tell like you could tell like just how much was put into this. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. The song was great, okay? I just love her singing mostly. That's what I love the most. Should have just said that. I would also like to mention there's only 5 songs on this entire album. This is just track 1. Most of the songs are at least about, I think, 10 minutes or so long. With the exception being the last track. I'm not complaining though. This is like that first track was really cool. I want to hear more of this. Anyways, track number 2, Monkey and Bear.
Down in the green hay where monkey and bear usually lay, they woke from a stable boy's cry. Said someone come quick, the horses got loose, got grass sick. They'll founder, faint, they'll die. What is now known by the sorrel and the roan, by the chestnut and the bay and the gelding gray, it is stay by the gate that you are given, and remain in your place for your season, and had the overfed it but left the gate open wide. So, my bride,
I love the instrumentation on this.
where is your palm? Try and understand my plan, Ursula. My heart is a furnace full of love that's just and earnest. Now you know that we must unlearn this allegiance to a life of service, and no longer answer to that heartless haymonger, nor be his accomplice, the charlatan with artless hustling. But Ursula, we've got to eat something and earn our keep while still within the borders of the land that men has girded, all double bolted and tight-fisted, until we reach the open country, steeped in milk and honey. Will you keep your fancy clothes on for me? Can you bear a little longer to wear that leash, my love? I swear by the air I breathe, sooner or later you'll bare your teeth. But for now, just dance, darling. Come on, will you dance, my darling? Darling, there's a place for us. Can we go before I turn to dust? Oh, my darling, there's a place for us. Oh, darling, come on, will you dance, my darling? Oh, the hills are groaning with excess, like a table ceaselessly being set. Oh, my darling, we will get there yet. They drew past the guards, past the coops and the fields and the farmyards, all night till finally the space they gained grew much farther, and the stone that bear through to mark where they'd stop for tea. But walk a little faster and don't look backwards. Your feast is to the east, which lies a little past the pasture, and the blackbirds hear to whistling and rise and clap, and their applause calls the kettle black, and we can't have none of that. Move along, bear, there, that's that. Go cast in plaster, our Ursula's heart beat faster than monkeys ever will. But still, they had got to pay the bills, hadn't they? That is what the monkey'd say. So, with the courage of a clown or a cur or a kite jerking tight at its tether, in her dun brown gown of fur and a jerkin of swan's down and leather, there would sway on her hind legs the organ, would grind dregs of song for the pleasure of the children who'd shriek, throwing coins at her feet and recoiling in terror. Sing, dance, darling, come on, will you dance, my darling? Oh, darling, there's a place for us. Can we go before I turn the dust? Oh, my darling, there's a place for us. Oh, darling, come on, will you dance, my darling? You keep your eyes fixed afraid of spelunking down in those caves. Oh, so afraid what the village people would say if they saw the bear in that state. Lulling and splashing obscenely, well, it seemed irrational, really, washing that face. Washing that matted and flea bit, pelting some sea spit, shine old kelp dripping with brine. But Monkey just laughed and he muttered, when she comes back, Ursula will be bursting with pride. Till I jump up, saying you've been rolling in muck, saying you smell of garbage and grime. But far out, by now, far out, by now, bear plow, 'cause she would not drown. First the outside legs of the bear up and fell down in the water like knobby garters. Then the outside arms of the bear fell off as easy as if slough from boiled tomatoes. Lord, in a genteel courtesy, bear shed the mantle of her diluvian shoulders, and with a sigh she allowed the burden of belly to drop like an apron full of boulders. If you could hold up a threadbare coat to the light where its worn translucent in places, you'd see spots where almost every night of the year bear'd been mending, suspending that baseness. Now a coat drags through the water, bagging what's a life's worth of hunger, limitless minnows. In the magnetic embrace, balletic and glacial, a bear's insatiable shadow. Left there, one bear, left bear, left there, one bear, step clear of the bear.
I'm just at a loss for words, man. That was just beautiful. I don't know what else to say. Great storytelling. It kind of felt like I don't know what to do, man. I'm stuttering. I can't really think of anything to say. It felt so childlike. It felt like some sort of. It felt like some sort of fable or like a tragedy or whatnot, which it probably is a tragedy, depending on there. I don't know what it was about. So apparently, Genius says through two anthropomorphic creatures, Newsom tells the origin story of a constellation, the constellation Ursa Major or Great Bear. I never interpreted it. I didn't interpret it like that. But if that's what it's about, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that one just felt like it generally felt like a storybook come to life in the form of music. That's the way I want to like put it. That was just like beautiful. Just I especially loved the towards the ending part. That was like great. Just this is great so far. Oh my god. I don't know how else to like put it. Just the beautiful like instruments, the woodwinds, the just like the violins, everything else just, oh my gosh. Her voice is a little still like hit or miss for me, but I think it worked well for this. I don't know, the voice is not catching on to me a little bit, but I think that one did the trick. Maybe this next one will do it for me. Anyways, let's move on to track number 3, Sawdust and Diamonds.
From the top of the flight of the white stairs, through the rest of my life, do you wait for me there? There's a bell in my ears, there's the white roar. Drop a bell down the stairs.
That's really good harp playing.
Drop a bell off of the dock. Blotted out in the sea. Drowning mute as a rock. And sounding mutiny. There's a light in the wings, it's a system of strings from the side. Well,
This harp is going crazy.
The wires, the wires, the wires. And the articulation in our elbows and knees makes us buckle, and we couple an unlistened crease as the audience admires. And the little white dove made with love, made with love, made with glue and a glove and some pliers, swings a low sickle arc from its perch in the dark. Settle down, my desire. And the moment I slept, I was swept up in a terrible tremor. Though no longer bereft, how I shook and I couldn't remember. And in the furthermost shade drove a murderous stake, and I cleft me right down through my center. And I shouldn't say so, but I know that it was then and never. Push me back into a tree. Bind my buttons with salt. And fill my long ears with bees, praying, please, please, please. Oh, you would not. No, you would not. And then the system of strings tugs on the tip of my wings, cut from cardboard and old magazines, makes me warble and rise like a sparrow. And in the place where I stood, there is a circle of wood, a cord or two, which you chop and you stack in your barrow. And it is terribly good to carry water and chop wood, streaked with soot, heavy-booted and wild-eyed. As I crash through the rafters and the ropes and the pulleys trail after, and the holiest belfry burns sky high, and then a slow lip of fire moves across the prairie with precision, while somewhere with your pliers and glue you make your first incision. And in a moment of almost unbearable vision, doubled over with the hunger of lions, hold me close, cooed the dove, who was stuffed now with sawdust and diamonds. I wanted to say, why the long face? Sparrow, perch and play songs along face. Burrow, buck and bray songs along face. Sing, I will swallow your sadness and eat your cold clay, just to lift your long face. And though it may be madness, I will take to the grave your precious long face. And though our bones they may break and our souls separate. Why the long face? And though our bodies recoil from the grip of the soil, why the long face? And in the trough of the waves, which are pawing like dogs, pitch we pale-faced and grave, as I write in my log. Then I hear a noise from the hull. 7 days out to sea, and it is the damnable bell, and it tolls. Well, I believe that it tolls. It tolls for me, and it tolls for me. And oh, my wrist and my waist seem so easy to break. Still, my dear, I'd have walked you to the edge of the water, and they will recognize all of the lines of your face in the face of the daughter of my daughter. And darling, we will be fine, but what was yours and mine appears to me a sandcastle that the gibbering wave takes. But if it's all just the same, then will you say my name in the morning, so that I know when the wave breaks? I wasn't born of a whistle or milked from a thistle at twilight. No, I was all horns and thorns, sprung out fully formed, knock-kneed and upright. So enough of this terror, we deserve to know light, and grow ever more lighter and lighter. You would have seen me through, but I could not undo that desire. Oh, 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 desire. Oh, 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 desire. Oh, 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 desire. Oh, desire. Desire, desire, desire. From the top of the flight of the wide white stairs, through the rest of my life, do you wait for me there?
Tiny bit abrupt with the ending there, at least in my opinion. But that was pretty good. Once again, the whoever was on the harp, holy crap, that was quite a job on the harp. That sounded difficult anyway. That one was just like okay. Once again, voice still very hit or miss for me. That was just meh, but not bad or anything. Still pretty good. Anyways, let's move on to track number 4, Only Skin, and second to last track as well. Nearly 17 minutes, holy crap. Okay, let's strap in.
And there was a booming above you that night. Black airplanes flew over the sea, and they were lone and shifting like beached whales, shelled snails, as you strained and you squinted to see the retreat of their hairless and blind cavalry. You froze in your sensual, prayed for your poor bread roll, soaking in a milk bowl. And when the bread broke, fell in bricks of wet smoke. My sleeping heart woke, and my waking heart spoke. And there was a silence you took to mean something. Run, sing, for alive you will evermore be. And the plague of the greasy black engines a skulking has gone east. While you left to explain them to me, released from their hairless and blind cavalry, with your hands in your pockets, stubbily running to where I'm unfresh, undressed and yawning. Well, what is this craziness, this crazy talking? You caught some small death when you were sleepwalking. It was a dark dream, darling, it's over. The fire breather is beneath the clover. Beneath his breathing there is cold clay forever. A toothless hound dog choking on a feather. But I took my fishing pole, fearing your fever, down to the swimming hole, where there grows a bitter herb that blooms but one day a year. By the riverside I bring it here. Apply it gently to the love you've lent me. While the river was twisting and braiding, the bait bobbed in a string, sobbed as it cut through the hustling breeze. And I watched how the water was kneading so neatly, gone trickling, nearly slow to a stop in this heat, in a frenzy, coiling flush along the muscles beneath. Press on me, we are restless things. Webs of seaweed are swaddling, and you call upon the dusk of the mask of a squid shot, full of ink, until you sink into your crib. Rowing along among the reeds, among the rushes, I heard your song before my heart had time to hush it. Smell of a stone fruit being cut and being open. Smell of a low and of a lazy cinder smoking. And when the fire moves away, fire moves away, son. Why would you say I was the last one? Scrape your knee, it is only skin, makes the sound of violins. And when I cut your hair and leave the birds all of the trimmings, I'm the happiest woman among all women. In the shallow water stretches as far as I can I can hardly stay afloat from the weight of them and knowing how the common folk condemn what it is I do to you to keep you warm. Being a woman, but always up the mountain side you're clambering, groping blindly, hungry for anything, picking through your pocket, lining with what is this? Scrap a sassafras, a Sisyphus. I see the blossoms broke and wait after the rain. Little sister, he will be back again. I have washed 1,000 spiders down the drain. Spiders go saying, soaked and dangling silently from all the blooming cherry trees and tiny nooses, safe from everyone, nothing but a nuisance. Gone now, dead and done. Be a woman. Though we felt the spray of the waves, we decided to stay till the tide rose too far. We weren't afraid, 'cause we know what you are, and you know that we know what you are. Awful and tolo, incalculable, and discreetness and sorrow. Barbalo, sipple, sea cow, all done up in the bowl. Tall and roti, and impalpable. Bit of leather while you roll. Heather and hollyhock awkwardly moat along the shore. Are you mine? My heart, mine anymore. Stay with me for a while. That's an awfully real gun, and though life will lay it down, as the lightning has lately done, failing this, follow me, my sweetest friend, to see what you're anointed in, pointing your gun there. Lay it down nice and slow, there is nowhere to go. Save up where the light undiluted is within, in a drunk dream at the sight of my baby out back. Back on the patio, watching the bats bring night in. Well, elsewhere, estuaries of wax white wand, endlessly toward seashores unmapped. Last week, our picture window produced a half word, heavy and hollow, hit by a brown bird. We stood and watched her gape like a rattlesnake, and paint and labor over every intake. I said a sort of prayer for some rare grace, then thought I ought to take her to a higher place.
I like the vocal harmonies here.
And a cat shall toy with you, and though you die, bird, you will have a fine view. Then in my hot hand, she slumped her sick way. We tramped through the poison oak, heartbroken in Kuwait. The dogs were snapping, and you cuffed their collars, while I climbed the treehouse. Then how I hollered, well, she'd lying as still as a stone in my palm for a lifetime or two. Then saw the treetops, cocked her head and up and flew in. Back in the world that moves often according to the hoarding of these clues. Dogs still run roughly round, little tufts of fringe down, and the city days we passed were a flickering wasteland, but his hand in my hand made him hale and harmless. Well, down in the lowlands, the crops are all coming. We have everything. Life is thundering, blissful towards death in a stampede of his fumbling green gentleness. You stopped by, I was all alive. In my doorway we shocked and jive. And when you waved, I was gone. See, I got gone when I got wise, but I can't with certainty say we survived. Then down and down and down and down and down and deeper, stoke without sound. The blameless flames, you endless sleeper, through fire below and fire above and fire within. Sleep through the things that couldn't have been if you had not been. And when the fire moves away, fire moves away, son. And why would you say I was the last one? All my bones, they are gone, gone, gone. Take my boots, I don't need none. Cold cupboard, Lord, nothing to chew on. Suck all day on a cherry stone. Dig a little hole now, 3 inches round. Spit your prayer in a hole in the ground. Leave a parking spot for the starving of me to look like my young cherry tree. When the bough breaks, what will you make for me? A little drop to rest on your knee. Well, what will I do with a trinket such as this? Think of your arm when he's gone to the waste. But I'm starving and freezing, my knees lay open. Then I crawl across the salt flats to stroke.
This is getting really intense.
Come across the desert with no shoes on. I love you truly, or I love no one. Fire moves away. Fire moves away, son. Why would you say that I was the last one? Last one. Clear the room, there's a fire, a fire, a fire. such heights, then all I can do is do, my darling, right by you.
It's clear that she's going through it here. Just this whole almost epic, like, storytelling. Just wow. Instrumentation is meh on this one, except that 1 minute there. But yeah, beautiful instrumentation once again. Love it. This one kind of lost me a little bit, but it is clear she's going through something here. What does Genius say? I'm bad at interpreting things. The song talks about a connection between major life events that Newsom describes throughout the album, making frequent references to the imagery and themes he has described in Emily, Monkey and Bear, Sawdust, Diamonds, and the last track. Okay, so it is just basically like a whole epic of her life, it looks like. Or parts of it, at least. Just, wow, once again, beautiful, like, instrumentation, just probably the best storytelling in the entire album. Anyways, we have made it to our fifth and final track off here, Cosmia. Also notice, shortest one on here at about 7 minutes.
When dawn rushes in the cornfield, when she called me, moths around me thought they'd drown me. Petals, red round circles, frame your eyes and sting your knuckles. Dried rose petals, red round circles, frame your eyes and sting your knuckles. And all those lonely nights down by the river brought me bread and water in. But though I tried so hard, my little darling, I couldn't keep the night from coming in. And all those lonely nights down by the river brought me bread and water and the kiss in the can. Now in the quiet hour, when I am sleeping, I cannot keep the night from coming in. Of my days, if you're gone away again, I'll sleep through the rest of my days, and I will sleep through the rest of my days, and I'll sleep through the rest of my days. Can you hear me? Will you But though I tried so hard, my little darling, I couldn't keep the night from coming in. And all those lonely nights down by the river brought me bread and water in a kith in a can. Now in the quiet hour when I am sleeping, I cannot keep the night from coming in. Beneath the porch light, we've all been circling, beat our dust hearts, singe our flower wings. But in the corner, something is happening. Wild Cosmea, what have you seen? Water were your limbs and the fire was your hair. And then the moonlight caught your eye and you rose through the air. Well, if you've seen true light, then this is my prayer. Will you call me when you get there? And I miss your precious heart. And I miss your precious heart. And miss, 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 and miss your heart. But release your precious heart to its feast for precious heart.
That'll be it for Yeast. Once again, this felt like a storybook come to life. Her voice, the instrumentation, just almost fairy tale like. It's really nice, actually. What haven't I said about the songs already? Favorite songs on here are Emily, Monkey and Bear, and Only Skin. If I had to choose Monkey and Bear still, that one's just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, whatever else. Whatever other synonyms are there. That one's just absolutely, like, beautiful. Her voice is still a little hit or miss for me. It does, I don't know, kind of squeak a little bit, which not a huge fan of, but I think it's pretty nice still. Least favorite probably was just Sawdust and Diamonds. It's not bad or anything. It's just okay in like the grand scheme of things. Still, this was like great stuff. This was great stuff. I'm glad I'm doing this. Also a major major contrast to the other folk album I reviewed this month. First Utterance by Comus. I need to react more folk music. I'm gonna give it say 8 out of 10. Very, very good album. And it's now 11:34 p.m. I should probably get to sleep. I have college in like 3 days from now. At least at the time of recording. Anyways, that'll be for tonight, guys. Thank you guys for watching this. As always, I'm Jack11Star. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.